So I've had the idea for this build for a long time. Many moons ago, when this was only a couple of years old, I was a tech at a German shop in Rhode Island called German Motors, and I was going to school nights for engineering. At the time, I had a lifted 4Runner. It was a second gen on 1 tons and 38s. So that was in the parking lot, and an E53 rolled in that needed some work, and it was parked next to it. I'm like, boy, it'd be pretty cool if I could just take the axles, wheels, tires, and stuff, and throw it under an X5 instead. Since then, I've been around some of the off-road stuff quite a bit more. I've gotten more familiar with it, and I have higher expectations. Kind of the epitome of off-road to me is Ultra 4 and trophy trucks. Ultra 4 is kind of the Swiss Army knife of everything. It has to do rock crawling, it has to do desert high-speed stuff, and it's kind of the ultimate competition vehicle. Trophy trucks are kind of the go fast, bomb through the desert, giant whoops, awesome things. What I really want to combine is realistically a couple-year-old Ultra 4 technology and kind of build a pre-runner sort of for Ultra 4. So if you aren't familiar with pre-runners, pre-runner is kind of a dumbed down trophy truck a little bit, similar capabilities, although not quite as capable, but with some more creature comforts. They're basically scouting the course they're going to run ahead of time to make pace notes and watch out for obstacles. So it has AC, it has, intercom stuff and radios, and, it's a lot more comfortable, friendly place to be, but you're going a little bit slower. So I want to try to make a pre-runner for Ultra 4, essentially, out of an X5. It's not going to be a competition thing, it's definitely more of a trail rig, but I want to sprinkle in some of the performance aspects of Ultra 4 and all those things I've always dreamed of doing into this platform. This is my 2006 E53 X5. It may look familiar to you from a prior winter beater, and most recently, our first phase of the Overland build, where we designed a bunch of bolt-on components like a lift kit, rock sliders, and even a rear locker. All right, so the plan for this version of the X5, what we're calling the Ultra X5, is to apply a bunch of Ultra 4 technology and some Desert Runner stuff to a chassis like this, essentially making a pre-runner style rig for Ultra 4. Really just a killer trail rig, something that's going to be an absolute monster out on the trails and can do a bunch of different things. In order to do that, we have a ton of killer parts that have to go under it. So here's all the parts we have going into the X5. This is a Texas Speed 408 stroker. Alongside it, we have a Monster Stage 3 6L80E. For shocks, we have Bilstein 14-inch travel coilovers, as well as triple bypass shocks, and their 9100 bump stops. So we have a hydraulic bump stop, CSF radiator. Front axle is a Super Duty 05 and up axle. I designed all the brackets and everything. We have hydraulic assist steering, we have gears, lockers, and capped it all off with Hawk pads and rotors out here. Behind that, we have 203, 205 doubler transfer case setup. So we'll have 2 separate low ranges and a twin stick option for front and rear drive. And then we have a Super Duty rear axle, also with gears and lockers and a bunch of welded on tabs and Hawk brakes as well. Our friends at Tire Source, combined with Mickey Thompson, have hooked us up with these Mickey Thompson 40 by 1350 by 17 Baja Boss MTs, which are a killer looking tire. And we have them on a KMC 17 by 9 beadlock wheel. And as always, with any of the Built by Mike builds, everything will be filled with the Look-A-Molly fluids, whether it's engine oil, trans fluid, diff oil, anything else, the greases, all Look-A-Molly stuff. So make sure you follow along. I have a ton of time and energy into making this all fit and work, and it's gonna be an absolute savage. This is roughly right, and this is going to do that.
You good, Nemeth?
Dude, what are you thinking here?
What do you think, Mike?
I'm excited. This is going to be fun.